When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory'd been converted to a production line for Erusian drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside, the princess stopped and just stood there. Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat. He was trying to use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took a data chip and threw it on the ground. Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's holster. She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip. Later, I found out that the girl with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters. They were also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago. Know any Belkans? Because this guy was a Belkan, and they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs, along with developing hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkan, born and raised. My country is gone now. Rather than surrender to its enemy, Belka detonated 7 nuclear weapons on its own soil. My people scattered around the globe, living in the shadows of other countries. We had a new purpose: to breed wars. The theory was that through war, we could achieve our destiny and our revenge. I had just finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came in. She destroyed the only copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it. The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work, even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then, for all our sakes. Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was afraid to look into the girl's eyes. She knew that by encouraging her people, she kept the war going. Mihai and his granddaughter were victims of it, and now, they too were paying the price.
Is this for Belka? Or for Erusia? My grandfather had only one wish: to continue soaring through the endless skies. That was the only place where he felt alive. But I don't even have a country to call home, let alone the sky. The Black Forest, the lake, they are no longer mine. Even though those lands were once cherished by my late mother. We have to learn to put that sense of nostalgia behind us and behave like mature adults.
My homeland. She's right. It feels so far away now. The woman with the rifle approached me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary Ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
We must destroy the factory.
This isn't the only one. There are more facilities just like it, and the 2 planes containing the data will be manufactured at one of those facilities.
So, this place runs on solar power that the space elevator generates, right? How about the others? We can destroy the space elevator and cut the power to them. First things first, let's take this one out.
I'll show you which locations to target.
I stood there, thinking about that mural by the factory's entrance. Harling commissioned it to be painted. I realized that in the background, behind the dancing figures, the artist had painted several space elevators. I understand now. The space elevator wasn't designed to exploit Erusia after all.
Good. And afterwards, we'll bring down the space elevator itself. No matter why it was built, right now, it's the root of this chaos.
I wonder
Yes?
which path you would choose when looking at Harling's mirror.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
We need help! Don't let them damage more! Show them what the erosion, no, what fighter pilots are made of! Thanks, I owe you. No sweat.
Get into formation. We have the numbers.
Well, if it isn't the LRSSG, looks like our luck has turned.
LRSSG, you'll secure air superiority. There are Erusian aircraft in the coalition, so they have been ID'd as friendly via the data link.
Just confirmed it.
The Erusian government aircraft, including drones, will show up as hostiles. You 2 aces, I think it is time to show us what you've got.
We don't have 2 anymore. Guess nobody told them. That's quite true, Count. It's not just 2. Wiseman trained his squad well. Everyone's still in it as an ace. He'd be proud of you all.
To all of you who have gathered here, regardless of your country, this is headquarters of the Ocean Army Southern Command. Wait, don't forget that designation. We are a coalition formed exclusively for the sole purpose of taking down the Arsenal Bird. Wait until we're ready to strike the Arsenal Bird in unison. Roger.
Ross, you told me speaking on an open channel. The enemy can hear everything he's saying. There's no other choice. The Erusian aircraft are in the coalition as well.
This is Gold Squadron and Rival Squadron of the Erusian Air Force. We're here on our own. Lancaster, we're entering your airspace.
This is C2. Republic of hostages are also moving to London. So what's going on? So Mr. Max's crew. Count, ease up. Engagement is forbidden. Don't worry, I know. We need every road we can call upon. Even if they were flying with the guy that killed Wiseman. Some of their squadrons are in weird formations. They have manned aircraft with UAVs and flying route. All this just to keep the war going. UAVs were sluggish when the leader went down. I thought as much. Drones with flyers are cells. Surrounded.
Drone leadership right certified. How about one more than however many days?
Okay, commencing transmission.
keep talking big once the war's over, too. You can bet on it. We need something or someone to guide us. You killed with 3 strikes. Impressive.
With the communications infrastructure down, this broadcast can only be transmitted to certain regions. If you can access the server, consider yourself lucky. You get to see your real-life princess. Hey, Cosette, say hello to everyone. Yes, let's open up the exit. Everyone get the refugees into the underground tunnel. George, Tabloid?
All right, understood.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Landed on a friendly's tail.
A princess is looking at a mural. There's another one here too. It shows a whole bunch of space elevators. Skies are blue. Cosette, let's go. Yes!
Warning. Missiles launched from the Arslanbird. Reading as projectiles. All aircraft, stay clear of the blast area. 10 seconds to impact. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
How many got caught in that explosion?
Unknown. Proceed with caution.
Wilco. We can't switch off the security system, but we've got this. If what he said is true, this will give us at least 10 seconds. Cosette! Cosette, what the hell's wrong with you? Get back here! If Ross saw, we have a problem. The princess went by herself into the maintenance area and has shut us out. No idea what got her going this time. Stupid woman.
Missile launch from the Arslanbird. Shit, airburst type. Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Helios arrived.
I said we were gonna take down the space elevator, but it's not like we can just go out there and chop it down from the top of the windbreak. 6 location bunkers have been set in place. We monitor distortions in the space elevator. Those are the locations we need to target. If the sensors go bad, the elevator's observation system will think the elevator is fallen. Until its safety can be confirmed, all microwaves will be stopped.
Oh, I get it. Sorry.
I was gonna do it myself. You dumbass.
Helios launched from the Arslanbird. 5 seconds. 3, 2, impact now. That, it's all over. Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to arrival. 2, inbound.
I'm going out!
30 seconds remaining. Target is in range of guns.
This is Elevator 3, behind Bandit. here's a saturation attack. Wait for the signal. Inform the coalition units. We're nearing 0 hour. 10 seconds until the united attack on the Arsonalberd.
Incoming!
5, 4. Everybody, give this attack everything you've got. Open fire!
All missiles were shot out of the sky. Attack failed. Cruise missiles did not reach their target.
Damn monster.
Lancaster warning all aircraft. I have multiple blips on my scope.
Here they come. That's something.
Hey, look at the Arsonalberd.
Lasers!
This is a surge if Drake and Lark are sunk. We can't train it! Evacuate! Action starting heavily damaged by laser weapons. Where's the captain? Aircraft control are melting. Single blast! More lifeboats!
HQ, we have a problem. The damage to the Allied fleet is extensive.
That was some pretty impressive firepower. I, for one, did not see that coming.
The active protection system operates as expected. Should launch another saturation attack. Air power. Kill some of the Arsonalberd.
Subpropeller confirmed destroyed.
They have a lock on me.
Cyclops 3, Fox 2.
Look at that light from the Arsonalberd.
Target acquired.
Landed on a friendly's tail.
It's readying its APS. All aircraft, break off from the Arsonalberd.
That's close. Crossing new wax, I'm gonna
west. Docking module destroyed. That's two of them.
Don't let yourself be distracted. Just focus on what you need to do.
Strider 1, Fox 2. Docking module destroyed. One left.
Nicely done. This will be a good story to tell my son. Attack this. Don't worry about backing up Strider 1. Just try to stay out of the way.
All targets have been destroyed. The supply unit is ready to fall off.
Yeah! Good job. There's a hit on the laser cannon. Trigger's hammering it.
We should be able to see direct to where the supply unit was. Destroy that, and even the mighty Arslan is sure to feel it.
Leave it to the trigger. Don't let us down, Strider 1. Still captain, Strider 1. Leave the Beatles to trigger. Take down the UNPs.
Lieutenant makes you to confirm destroyed.
Forecaster. My God. The Arsenalbird is on fire.
Trigger, break off. Arslanbird is losing altitude rapidly.
Arsenalbird is down. Forecaster, can you estimate the point of impact?
Don't worry, looks like it'll be open water. All aircraft avoid the target's path.
That's the last of the rules. Even in death, that thing is intimidating.
Everyone, can you see this? These people here were alive up until a few moments ago. My friend was here. Can you see this? This is just one of the many signs of war and what it does.
All Erusian soldiers around the space elevator. Surrender now. We will not attack. We can hold them off until support arrives. No units surrender. You guys better not throw away your lives either.
Wait there, Princess. We'll get you down.
Don't worry about me. Please just take care of the refugees. I'll parachute down.
What?
Warning. Incoming bogey.
Are those the drones we saw at that factory?
I'm coming down. I'll see you on the ground.
No, wait!
Enemy on my 6. Those guys are bad news. Trigger, boss, do something.
Strider 2, missile inbound! Cosette! What?
This isn't the time for that.
Cosette!
Avril, they're headed this way. Get the refugees to safety now. Strider 2, you're hit. Are you all right? Still breathing. I won't be flying much longer, though.
There's an Ocean carrier a few kilometers to the west. It ran aground and was abandoned. It won't be easy, but it's the only place you got.
Trigger, escort your wingman. Let's get to that carrier. That's all we can do.